Hi, welcome for a market update and just some company updates. It's good to see you as we kick off 2023 first quarter. I wanted to kind of give you some perspective. I know, last year was pretty brutal. The stocks and bonds were down, and that's, kind of extraordinary times. And so, it's natural to look at 2023 and say, what's in store. But, the good news is we're seeing lower prices than we've seen in a decade in a lot of areas. And portions of the portfolio that have been invested in bonds have had traditionally low yields. And we're finally seeing some yields that will really enhance returns for investors with a lower risk spectrum. So the key is that you want to stay process oriented. So it's difficult when the news is always making it feel like the sky's falling. But I wanted to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit and tell you about our investment process and how we stay, focused on really what matters. So I like to think of the investment management as a fine dining experience where ingredients matter. So that's where we begin, and we look at quality investments, and we have a pretty thorough approach in how we look at statistics and numbers and research and dive into how do we make sure we're giving our investments or our clients the right investments, the quality investments that they need. Is there anything better out there that we're missing? We want to make sure our process includes a filter that gives only really the best investments. So that's where we begin. Just like in the kitchen, you want to begin with great ingredients, begin with the right investments. And then you have to have the right recipe. So focusing on allocation, diversification of investments, we have to mix those ingredients in the right quantities so that we get the portfolio that will really succeed in different types of markets. And then the last step is really the chef matters, right? Execution in the kitchen, even if you have a great recipe, but you can't execute, it's not going to turn out well. And so we have our investment committee. We meet monthly to review our research and really benchmark and make sure that as we make changes to the portfolio and the allocations, that it's data driven, that it's not knee-jerk reactions. We got to stay focused and make sure that should we kind of dial up risk, or is it a time to pull back risk? And so we have a very structured, written out process that we meet, discuss, look at the data, go through any number of slides to make sure that we are staying on top of this for our clients. All right, this year we took a step back and looked at how we communicate with clients. We received a lot of feedback about weekly emails that we were sending. Sometimes we felt like it was too much communication, or maybe some communication was missing. So we took a step back, and strategically we decided to communicate financial planning topics as well as market information updated on a monthly basis. So you'll probably notice that instead of the weekly commentary, that's going to be a little more thorough and give you a better overview of what's going on in the market each month. We feel like that's the best way to approach it, as well as include the financial planning conversations that we need to make sure we're having annually with our clients. So we want to talk about that full range of things like taxes to estate planning to budgeting, all of those different topics to make sure we don't miss anything throughout the year. So look forward to that monthly communication that's going to give you a greater perspective on what matters. So at North Texas Wealth Management, we pride ourselves in being, different. Instead of just focusing on investments, really our value proposition is that we have three components we offer for clients. Our life planning, where we help uncover the why and the values that really drive their life and their lifestyle. The second component is the financial planning, where we set up, a real-time financial plan with information, and we can model and make decisions in real time of how that's going to impact the future. And then the investment manage itself of how we manage wealth for our clients. And we felt like we wanted to tell that story and give our clients an ability to tell others about that story. So we've created a one-page document on each of those components. So we have really a digital 4-page brochure that you'll be getting here within the next month by email. And so we'd really appreciate you sending that to anybody that you would think would benefit from working with us and focusing on wealth management. So, along with the journey of helping our clients align their values with their financial plan, we've launched a podcast, a bi-weekly podcast to talk about just that, values and how it shapes success. The podcast is called The Values Exchanged. It's been filmed right here in this room. And most recently, I had the opportunity to interview and discuss education and the learning process with Seth Sarton, our Director of Financial Planning in our office. So look forward to that YouTube video coming up. We'll send a link to the Value Exchange podcast so you can follow along. It's a great way just to talk about values and continue to learn. So, as a client, many of you have asked about education and information for your loved ones, friends, and family, and kind of what we refer to as the next generation of clients. So, your kids and grandkids, and where they can continue to learn about personal finance. So, Seth Sarton, our Director of Financial Planning, has really taken the initiative to kind of go into a podcast room like this, sit down, and start talking about the basics of financial planning, where they can start. So what is a 401k, where they can invest, what about taxes and how it works. So if you feel like someone would benefit from just starting to learn personal finance and you wanted to share that link with them, we'll continue to add videos there. It's a great way to just kind of boost up your personal finance education. So you can find that by going to our website, ntxwealth.com. We have a link to YouTube, and there's an entire playlist that will show you the Next Gen Q&A series. So we've been receiving lots of emails asking about how the new building construction's been going. Really appreciate your interest in it. We'll show you a picture here, but the building has gone really smoothly, and it looks like we'll be moving in early summer. And so making progress faster than we expected, and looking forward to hosting an open house so you can all come see it. And also, we're going to be doing a community service event at North Texas Food Bank on March 18th. We'll send you an email inviting you. You can come out and help us give back to the community if you'd like. So be on the lookout for that email with more details. Thanks for tuning in for a quarterly update. We have a lot going on. We're hard at work. Won't tell you and bore you with all the system updates that we're doing just to stay state of the art, make things better for our clients. But we're hard at work, and if we can ever do anything to improve your client experience, please reach out to me directly. Love to hear your feedback. Thank you.